Cultural diversity of India, the soul of our civilization. A nation is not held together by the uniformity of its people, but by the unity of their purpose. Respected chairperson, honorable judges, distinguished guests, teachers, and my dear friends, good morning to all. Today I stand before you to speak on a subject that is not merely a feature of India, but the very foundation of its civilization, the cultural diversity of India. When the world speaks of diversity, it often speaks of coexistence. But when it speaks of India, it speaks of civilizational harmony. For over 5,000 years, India has welcomed ideas rather than feared them, embraced differences rather than erased them, and transformed diversity into a source of collective strength. It is rightly said India is not a melting pot where identities disappear. It is a magnificent mosaic where every identity shines. From the chants of the Vedas in the Himalayas to the rhythmic beats of Chenda in Kerala, from the Bihu dances of Assam to the Garba of Gujarat, from the temples of Tamil Nadu to the monasteries of Ladakh, from the ghazals of Lucknow to the folk songs of Rajasthan, India is a living museum of human civilization. Our constitution did not create this diversity, it recognized, protected, and celebrated it. The preamble begins with the word "We the people of India." It does not say "We the people of one language, one religion, or one culture." It acknowledges that India is one because its people choose to stand together despite their differences. The makers of our constitution understood a timeless truth. Uniformity may create order, but diversity creates resilience. India has more than 1,000 living languages and dialects, follows numerous faiths, celebrates hundreds of festivals, and preserves countless traditions. Yet, despite this immense diversity, the heartbeat of the nations remains one. Our cultural diversity is not accidental. It is the result of the century of dialogue. Aryans, Dravidians, Greeks, Persians, Arabs, Central Asians, Europeans, and many came to India. Some traded, some ruled, and some settled. But India's greatest strength was not that it conquered them, it was that it absorbed the best from each while preserving its own identity. This is the essence of Indian civilization. The ancient saying, Vasudev Kutumbakam, the world is one family, was not merely a philosophical idea, it became India's way of life. Similarly, Ekam Sat Vipra Bahudha Vadanti. Truth is one. The voice describe it in different ways. Teaches us that diversity of thought is not threat to truth but a pathway towards it. Our festival beautifully demonstrate this spirit. Diwali teaches us the victory of light over darkness. Eid reminds us of compassion and generosity. Christmas celebrates hope and love. Guru Nanak Jayanti inspires selfless service. Buddha Purnima teaches compassion. Pongal, Bihu, Onam, Navratri, Durga Puja, and countless regional celebration reminds us that while our customs differ, our values remain remarkably similar. Friends, diversity is not limited to religion or language. It is reflected in our cuisine, our clothing, our architecture, our literature, our music, our dance form, our tribal traditions, our crafts, and even our ways of greeting one another. Every region contributes a unique chapter to the grand story called India. However, diversity should never become division. History teaches us that societies decline not because they are diverse, but because they fail to respect diversity. The greatest threat to India is not cultural plurality, it is intolerance. Our duty, therefore, is not merely to preserve monuments, languages, and traditions. Our greater responsibility is to preserve the values that create them: mutual respect, dialogue, inclusion, and constitutional morality. As globalization expands, preserve our cultural heritage becomes even more important. Technology may connect the world, but culture gives people their identity. India's diversity is also an economic asset. It strengthens tourism, promotes handicrafts, enriches literature, inspires cinema, fuels the creative economy, and enhances India's soft power across the world. Yoga, Ayurveda, classical music, Indian cuisine, and traditional knowledge have become global ambassadors of Indian civilization. Friends, the future of India will not be determined merely by the size of its economy or the strength of its military. It will also be judged by whether a nation of over a billion of people, speaking different languages and following different traditions, continues to prove that democracy and diversity can flourish together. That is India's greatest message to humanity. Let me conclude with the timeless words often attributed to Rabindranath Tagore. The highest education is that which does not merely gives us information but makes our life in harmony with all existence. Harmony, not uniformity, is India's greatest achievement. Let us celebrate every language without abandoning our own. Let us respect every faith without weakening our own convictions. Let us cherish every culture without forgetting that above all identities, we are Indians. Because India's greatest strength is not that we are all the same. India's greatest strength is that we remain one despite being wonderfully different. Jai Hind.